Hi, everybody. It is Thursday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You are watching Bar Run Forge live on Livestream. How's everybody doing tonight? First question I'm going to ask is the propane forge too loud? No, first question I'm going to ask is, how is everybody? Second question I'm going to ask is, can everybody hear me? Third question I'm going to ask is the propane forge too loud? Everybody say hi. Eli is not able to be with us this evening, so you're stuck with me. Let's see who all's here. All right. Start by saying hello to Gordon and Gordon Farmers Forge, Adam of Speargrass, Jeff Woodring, Eric, Old School, Matt at Aimless, man. I wish you were on your way, buddy. Again, Jeff Woodring, Living a Rogue Life, popping in to say hi. Very cool. Thank you so much. Who else? Did I miss somebody? I think I saw Yamez in doing work on a handle, I believe it was. We can hear you. Forge is fine. Can't hear it. Really? Cool. That's good news. I was really worried about it. Hey, there's Wiley. Howdy, howdy. Here's why I'm worried about it. I just put new refractory in the coal forge. I was trying to get it in between projects and things to do. We've got the gathering coming up this weekend, and the refractory and the coal forge really needed to be taken care of. So I went ahead and did that, and I did a brief, kind of very low heat test fire, and I really need to let it go for a little bit longer. So I didn't want to start a really good hot. Oh, cool. I really didn't want to start a good hot fire in that until it really got good and cured, because it'll kind of blob out if you don't do it right. And what I did is I actually used a refractory that Rob Huff let me use, and I got water glass, sodium silicate. So there was a recommendation to use water glass with this particular refractory. We'll see. The last bunch lasted about 8 months, and it had just gotten to the part where it just really needed to be taken care of. But good news, Yamez. Man, it's good to see you. Good to see you in here. And I can assure you right now that I do not smell like a pastor. I have been working my little tail off pretty much all week. There's some stuff we've been doing outside that just absolutely has wore me out. Working on the outside of the shop, working on the inside of the shop. And after this stream, and we may go short tonight. After this stream, I may cut it short. We've got the gathering this weekend. Unfortunately, we've got a couple people that we're planning on making it, but can't make it. And we will miss them, but we are telling them to very specifically come sometime soon. Come see us. We want to see you. But you know who you are. You know who you are. But anyway, I have a piece of metal in the propane forge. You'll probably hear it when I walk over there. Man. Have you ever been in a place? Yeah, you do. Well, Yamez, if you were here, we'd have a good time, man. We got a real good time playing this week. No, Matthew, don't you apologize. Your time will come. When you can get here, you get here. Same with you, Yamez. When you guys get an opportunity, come on up this way, man. Yeah, I wish you could be here too, man. Dude, we got tomorrow night. We got carnitas. The Saturday night we have ribs and pulled pork butt. Saturday morning, homemade sausage gravy and biscuits and eggs. Mama's making homemade sweet rolls, sweet rolls, and some homemade potato soup. Yeah, there's going to be some good food. Got some good folks coming all the way from right around Charlotte, North Carolina coming up. Hopefully we'll see a couple other folks as well. If not, I'm going to eat like a bloated toad over the weekend, and I'm still going to have some fun. I've been preparing for this, and whoever's here is here. I'm not going to get worked up over it. It is what it is, so to speak. Yeah, carnitas, man, I can't wait for that. So it's going to be a good time. We did some things moving around here in the shop. We got rid of some other construction stuff. We've got another spot in the building that we're able to move stuff around to now. So, I'm pretty excited. If nothing else, this gave me an opportunity to get some of these things done that I had not gotten into, not gotten taken care of. The part up behind where Eli normally sits, it's really about the only place in the shop that is in need of serious attention yet. A couple of the countertops need cleaned off and things like that. But other than that, man, the shop is looking good. It's in order, and I'm having a blast with it. Really having a blast. And before we go any further, just remind you to like, share, subscribe, hit that reminder bell. Check us out on all the social media. Yeah. We're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, and we have a website now. It is barrunforge.com. That's BARRUNFORGE.com, and even find Bar Run Forge merch on there. Our first round of t-shirts have come in, and some have already gone out. So if you're interested in getting a Bar Run Forge t-shirt, I don't have them out here with me. Actually, I do. They're out in the truck. Let me go get them. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. Yeah. So the first one, and my hands aren't too bad. Try not to get these too dirty. The first one is in this kind of gray material. Got the Bar Run Forge logo on it right there. And then got try to get it a little closer. Iron sharpens iron. That's from Proverbs 27:17. As iron sharpens iron, so does one man sharpen another. Those are really cool. Eli likes those. And then, this is one I like. Got the green one with the Bar Run Forge logo on it. And, looky here. You guys know I've said this 1,000 times. Stupid blessed. Ephesians 3:20 and 21. So, we have t-shirts. And if you want to order a t-shirt, go to BARRUN Forge. I saw that. Not BEERRUN. Nope. Car and a key and a sober driver. All right. But yeah, so if you guys want Bar Run Forge t-shirts, go to the website, check them out, get an order in. If I'm not mistaken, most of them are $15, I think, until you get above XL. So once you get the 2X and above, it's a little bit more, but no big deal. And so yeah, we've already got a bunch of them going out, and we got to get 8 more shirts ordered before they have a minimum of 8 shirts to make an order. So we have to get 8 of each before we make another order. So if you guys are interested, let us know. Also, if you are interested in supporting the channel, you can go to the description, or I think it's in the about. I'm not real sure. But anyway, you guys can also donate to the channel through PayPal through Streamlabs. You can donate to the channel through Streamlabs. Unfortunately, I only see the chat, so if there's a donation that happens tonight, you guys are going to have to point it out to me because I can only see the chat right here. I don't have what Eli normally sees up here since I'm kind of by myself. Try to think of anything else. We are pretty upset. We had an electrician scheduled to come in and finish our electrical work for us. Hi, Jason, Jared, Jason at Il Canirum, and Jared at Veteran Iron and Wood. Good to have you guys in here. Hammer number 35. Good job, Yames. But anyway, we had an electrician scheduled to come in. He did not come in when he was supposed to come in. And then his quote, his estimate came in almost double what the last guy estimated. But the other guy hasn't come. So we're kind of in a quandary. I can't run my power hammer. I can't run the compressor. And honestly, the welder doesn't even weld real good. We're that low on voltage drop coming back here. And everything, the whole place is wired. I mean, I rewired the entire facility. I just don't have enough voltage. The voltage drop is too much. Greg Campbell, good to see you, man. Yeah, that's going to probably be my fault. Hi, Daniel. Good to see you. That's probably going to be my fault. When I went to do the start of the stream, I probably hit the wrong thing, and we've probably started 2 or 3 streams. I don't know. But you guys are here, and that makes me happy. Makes me happy. And I've got a railroad spike in the forge. I think what I'm going to do is continue this set. This is basically just a skillet set with a steak turner and just a little fork. And I think I'm going to try to make a spatula tonight. I don't know. Honestly, tonight is going to be whatever it is. I'm not. Yeah, that's the main struggle with contractors, man. It's just getting them here. It's a happy Troy. That's right, Kelly. Yeah, I understand it. Right now, contractors, it's tough to be a contractor because there's a lot of work being done and being requested to be done. And when they don't show up, they get fussed at. But then, you say you're going to be here and people make plans and then they don't come. And so it's tough. It's tough to be a contractor. It's tough to have a contract with somebody. And I get that. That's why people need to go into the trades so we don't have near as much of this problem. That's really cool, Daniel. All right, so hopefully I've got everything set as far as the single player goes. Should have the anvil right over here somewhere. And, of course, obviously looking at it the way it is. So, hopefully. I'm sure you are, man. I'm sure you're just absolutely slammed. I talked to I went and got some. Hi, Tina Ladybug. How are you? I did some sheet metal work on the outside of the shop. And talked to the guy at the sheet metal place, and he said, this has been the first week in 8 months. September is usually their biggest month of the year. Like, they do more business in September than any month of the year. He said this week is the first week they haven't had September orders and beyond in 8 months. He said during the summer and during the whole pandemic and everything, he said we literally had to hire more people. We had to find a way to increase production. They can't keep up. People are spending money. Hi, Dana. Dana. Setting up the new computer. And Dana, you're going to have to tell us how the the job situation is going to happen too. All right, let's do something with this railroad spike. I'm going to flip it around. I'm going to work down on the spike end for a little bit. Draw that out a little bit. Funny thing is, spring is our slow period. Yeah, just wait, man. I had a phenomenal birthday and birthday week. I got to see my grandson. I got to hang out with friends and family. I got to play around in the shop. Had a great dinner, a really good dinner. Eli made some of the best pulled pork he's ever made. Yep. You know, I understand. I totally understand. That was Matthew. Matt at Techron-Matic. I know how Matthew is at Aimless. Whew. Troy needs new safety glasses. I just want to reduce this down a little bit, not too much. Stretch it out a little bit. This propane forge is okay, but man, when I'm working out of the propane forge, I can throw tons of metal in there because I know I ain't gonna burn it up. I love my coke and coal forge. Hi, Wayne Heights. How are you feeling, buddy? Man, you got me worried. Zoom chat waiting to hear back. Fingers crossed. We're praying for you, Dana. Praying for your situation. Yeah, this weekend, let me kind of let you guys know, if we don't have a whole bunch of people show up, we may do some Instagram lives and some YouTube lives over the weekend. And if you guys are available, we may try some of those, like Zoom or FaceTime or whatever calls we can do to add in on the lives. We can do it right here with everybody here. Yeah, we might do a couple impromptu live streams. I know Yamez tomorrow night, Saturday night. This is an off week for Roy, right? So just, be prepared. This one may be short, and we may do some more over the weekend. But yeah, I definitely like my my coal forge, and it's another reason why I really want to get the ribbon burner going. I've seen it in action. I know what it can do. My biggest issue is it runs off compressed air, and I can't run my compressor until my electric's set up. I'm hanging in there, Troy. Man, oh man. You have had a time of it, buddy. Adam, you saying Roy's not on this week? Yeah. That's what I thought. Roy's on weeks or my work weeks? Well, then I'd have to know your work weeks. You're my buddy and my pal and all, Adam, but I don't know your work schedule well enough to know whether this is your work week or not your work week. Sorry. Opening a package on Saturday that apparently I'm not allowed to keep. What? That's not good. Lilac City Iron and Knife Works. That does not sound familiar. Doesn't sound familiar to me. Yeah, I like my coal forge. All right, I've got a little bit done there. I'll just let that cook for a little bit. See what everybody's talking about. Is on this week. I'm working this week. Okay. Yeah. Jeff, you can do that. I mean, there's no question about it. What in the Monkey King is going on here? What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on in here? Lauren Wembley. Ain't you done yet? I would love to be done yet. Lilac City has been Tombs. Okay. Very cool. John, tell me you're at least coming for part of one day. Kelly, sure I said hi to him. Yeah, shipping is crazy. I shipped off 3 T-shirts. Of course, one of them went to Newfoundland today, so that one weren't cheap. It was not cheap. Ain't you done yet? Mr. Coffee. Yeah. Carnitas, pulled pork, pork ribs, biscuits and gravy, eggs, sweet rolls, homemade potato soup. I went and got some Ale 8. Does anybody know about Ale 8? Who in here has had Ale 8? Man, I have been itching to make some of those Robinette style railroad spike tongs. You're a sweet roll. You're a sweet roll. Haven't had the Ale 8. What's an Ale 8? Leaving work early on Saturday, but back to pick wife. Okay. I'll take what I can get when it comes to a dose of John coffee. I'll take what I can get. Tongs is one good use for spikes. Yep. Okay, so basically nobody's had Ale 8. Okay, hold on. That is Ale 8, but it's in a can. Usually it comes in a green glass bottle, and it is good. Made in Winchester, Kentucky since 1926. Folks in I know there's somebody in here who's had it now. Abigail Roush is here. And Eli is watching as well. Watching me show off some Winchester swamp water. Ale 8. Ale 8 1. Depends on how you say it. Hi, Abigail. Kelly's had it. He loves it. Kyle Jones. T-shirt went out today, buddy. It's on the way. See there? Kyle Jones gets a T-shirt. No, it's not a beer. It's not a beer. Ale 8 is kind of a ginger ale, but not quite. And how about that? Abby and Eli are in Winchester, Kentucky right now, where Ale 8 is made. It is not a beer. It's a soda. Rebel Canners. Great. Yeah, it's kind of a ginger ale, but not really. That's probably the thing that it's closest to is ginger ale. Yeah, it's going to take us the whole stream that way. That's all right. Nah, not ginger beer. No. No. We will definitely, you can order it for sure. Ale is dry beer. It's sweet. Yeah. No, it's not ginger beer. It's a ginger ale, but it's not ginger ale exactly. It's kind of like ginger ale. It's its own special recipe, but it's pretty good. It's almost one you kind of have to try. But if you, like I said, if you like ginger ale at all or something along that line, you will like it. I think it's sweeter and richer than ginger ale, but it's what got me through college. You know, I went to a Christian college, so there weren't late night beer binges or anything like that. You know how you hear about people with stacks of cans, pyramids of cans in their room. We had cans and bottles of Ale 8. But yeah, late night studies, that's what Ale 8 got me through those. If you had doors front and back, it'd heat up much faster. I don't have one on the front, that's for sure. And that's the thing. I know on this one, I'm going to have doors front and back. So I know it'll work better. There you go. I'll tell you what, Yamez, you pick one. You go to the website, pick one of those shirts, and in your package, if you order a shirt, I will send you a 6-pack of Ale 8. You order a shirt for me, I'll send you a 6-pack of Ale 8. How's that for a deal? Corey Shire, how are you, buddy? How's that for a deal? You order a shirt and wear it live stream or something like that, and I'll send you a 6-pack of Ale 8 to go with it. foraging for stuff, not forging for stuff. Okay, Corey, we'll be here. Speaking of foraging, did I clue that with your business partner? Ha ha ha, yes. It's all right. I'll make that deal for Yamez. Speaking of foraging, and there's Justin Ray. How are you, buddy? Eli and I, or maybe the crew that comes this weekend, are going to go across the road and look at the 1800s blacksmith shop where it used to be. And they've told us we can go over there and kind of forage around on the old forge and in behind where the shop was. They said there's all kinds of crazy stuff in there. I'm hoping to find something like really cool wrought iron or something like that. Nothing else, just go over and check it out. I saw there the other day, there was like, I'm trying to think how to explain it. It wasn't exactly an I-beam, but it was a long beam, and it had gusset plates hot riveted on it. I hope that thing is still good, man. Yeah, Eli's not going to leave me alone on live stream. That'll teach you. That'll learn you. That'll learn you. Yamez is either thinking about it or he got mad at me. Finished getting my refractory cured so I can start forging. That's awesome. I just put in refractory on my coal forge. That's why I'm not using it tonight. And there's Robert Lonis and Thomas Matthews. Everybody coming in. I don't need just some trees and Coke. All right. I could take care of you on both those things, buddy. Thomas Matthews and Robert Lonis. Good to have you guys in here. What's it say our current okay. But yeah, I would really like to get a hold of that piece. Find out more about it. I think it'd be a really cool piece to have here in the shop. Ain't mad to browse in the shop. All right. All right. See, 27. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I moved a bunch of coal and coke around, and man, just did all kinds of stuff this week. That's where I wish most of you guys had seen things before. I don't know if I got any pre-shop photos before I started working in here, but it was something. It was something. And Jeff Killian, hey, fire brick across the back of the gas forge, block it off. Yeah. Yeah, the back on this one is closed off. The back on this one is completely closed off. And then This one has a shelf where you can put fire brick on the back. It needs to have a shelf on the front where I can close it off. And then I should probably weld a shelf on this one where I can close it off too. But I don't use the propane forge very often. I really don't. I do when we're doing multiples of like hooks or something like that. Put a whole bunch of them in at the same time. That way I can work a lot together. Adam, I'm really sorry. I just walked up and I could barely see the chat from where I was at. And instead of cruising along, I thought you said cursing along. I was like, wow, what's wrong? What happened? North and South Homestead, good to have you in here. Thank you so much for joining. Popped in on her live stream a few times. Click that like button. Oh my. Oh my. What a bunch of fellers and folks you all are, I'll tell you what. I mean, I do like that the shop is set up now for propane. The big tank that runs the heater and everything is direct plumbed into here, so I can get the propane forge running directly off of the propane tank out there. I don't have to have bottles. Which makes me very happy. Happy, happy, happy. Let my fire die. I'm sorry. It's probably my fault. Just blame me. Just blame me. Sitting in the rain? I'm hoping you're in your car. Always having a good time. This setup reminds me of Black Bear Forge. I mean, this setup? Yeah, I can see that, kind of. You know, he used to have he would put his propane forge up on his coal forge, and it had yeah, I can see that, and the anvil right here. Of course, I wouldn't mind his Fontanini anvil to be right here, right now. That would be pretty nice. And that's one of my goals for this year. One of my goals, and Eli's goals for this year in the shop, is to put a pretty good-sized double horn anvil right here where Hazel sits right now. You know, we put in this base that's a little over 2 feet in the ground and then sticking up, and it's made a major difference. I mean, you know, it was quiet before. We're not chasing it around the shop anymore, man. It's fantastic. Yeah, that shifter knob is pretty cool, John Coffey. For those of you who are just joining, we are continuing our skillet set of tools just for the kitchen and the skillet. We got the steak or meat turner. We got the roasting fork. Working on the spatula right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to taper this down, kind of like we did the other ones. We'll taper this down and then leave a little kind of a flat at the end and let that sprawl out, make a pad to hold the spatula. Man, spatula. Words are difficult. Rocks are hard. Yeah, and that shifter knob, man, that was so cool, especially after we got out of the coffee, quote unquote, the coffee etch. You just looked at a 660 Swiss double horn. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I want at least 400 pounds. I don't even know why, but I do. Custom garden gate. Actually, 2 of them. Well, get in touch with me. Get in touch with us afterwards. We'll see what we can't do. We have made a couple gates. Adam's wanting that special coffee etch recipe, huh? Which reminds me, the doggy gate in the house actually holding up pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with it. First time I'd ever really made anything like that, so it was a lot of learning on that for sure. And honestly, let me tell you something, guys. You know, Anson on Tim at Ridge Life's Tuesday Night Watch and Grow, which big shout out to them. They've helped us with our subscriptions tremendously. Anson was on there, and he gave me a big compliment about what I do, and people asking him things about forging, and he said, "Ask Troy." Look, I can tell you right now, just about every name on here is either a more knowledgeable or a more skilled smith than I am. And I don't have a hard time admitting that. I have grown in my skill level to a certain amount, and I love it. I love learning. I love each time something new. I'm able to do something new and then repeat it. I've had a couple people, one of my minister friends, his boys wanted to try blacksmithing. I said, come to the shop. I'll give you what I can. There's no way that I'm going to tell you that I am a master smith or a master instructor or an instructor for that matter. All I know is I enjoy the craft and I'm growing in the craft and I just want to pass it along. I just turned 48. I just turned 48 and I've got my own health issues. Eli's doing the work. I want to see the craft of blacksmithing just continue on another generation. I mean, these young men are 16, 18 years old. How exciting is that to get 16 and 18-year-olds excited about blacksmithing? All right, I'm going to have to catch up here. Too much for my little shop, but I had to spy it. No. Look at a collection of 30 anvils. Whoo! Troy sent him a t-shirt. No, I'll just, for example, and let me just throw this out here. I'm looking down through here. Adam, he does his own style of things with what he has down there and the challenges he has, and he does a great job. Gets a great final finished product. Yames, I've seen Yames try stuff on his live stream that he'd never done before, and it comes out fantastic. It comes out great. Tech has got some great skills as far as certain things that he does, and John Coffey. I mean, the kind of stuff that John Coffey can do. And there comes Kenny from Metal Man, and I know I'm going to miss somebody. Metal Man Kenny. This kind of stuff he's learning and improving his skills, and you can just see that through his videos that it just keeps going and going and going and getting better and better all the time. And a guy like Wayne Heights, who, again, Eli and I are sure that Wayne Heights is a cyborg. I don't know how he does it. I mean, all of a sudden he'll be like, yeah, I just made, 400, I don't know, something, S hooks or wall hooks or, the other day, and oh well. You guys are some skilled smiths out there and some skilled craftsmen, and not just. And that's the other thing I like about it is it's not just. I like the cookware, and some of you guys do better or feel more comfortable or whatever. And I don't mean, trust me, this is all positive. Some of you guys do great work with, wall hooks and joinery and all kinds of different stuff. And everybody kind of has their own thing. You look at a guy like Roy who does this a lot of things very well, but his scroll work, absolutely love his scroll work. And I was lucky enough to kind of sit in on his scroll work class he did down in Goshen. And all I've been at it 18 months, and I'm absolutely loving it. I have no intention of stopping anytime soon. But again, compliment each other, lift each other up on how they do it. Yeah, and Robert, I know you're one of those guys too, but very talented people in this community. There's no doubt about it. Like I said, I know I've missed people, but I just picked out a few names that I saw coming across there, and just thought I'd, mention that. You got, for example, like John. John loves, he's one of the weird guys. I'm saying kind of the same way. John loves his hand sanding and his filing. Eli kind of shakes his head at me because I say, I've kind of gotten to where I like filing. I like file work. If I can sit down and do that, that's really cool. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's part of human nature. He impressed the fire smashing metal out of me. How about that? Well, thank you so much. Yeah. And that's really cool. Remember your safety, kids. I just had a piece of scale go down my sock. I've had shorts on all day, and I didn't change before the live stream. So I got that going for me. It's Friday Eve, and bar run is on. Prequel to a weekend. I thought it was Thursday. Just say it. If it's Friday, I got a problem. Adam's always waxing philosophical. Adam's a deep thinker on occasion. And honestly, don't let anybody say anything, about where you are in your journey, so to speak. Yeah, and John, I'm getting right there. I'm getting to that point where, man, I enjoy it. I enjoy just sitting down and making it happen. That's why I'm really looking forward to getting my shave horse done for that section. I just got closed in to put in the section right outside the door here. When you guys come, dagnabbit, the section right out here is for metal storage and the tons of coke and coal that we have out there. Things like that go right out here. Then there's a pathway that goes behind the coal bin and goes into another room. And that is specifically going to be for, I have my great-grandfather's broom press, his broom making press, the cider press where we can make homemade cider, corn mill, hand crank corn mill, and I plan on putting a shave horse and some other carving items in there to do some hand green work. Love doing green work, making shavings, man. That's so satisfying, making shavings. And then my mom, many years ago, made a deal with a guy to get a barn loom. There is a 1700s walnut barn loom that to move it, to pick it up and move it, would take 4 strong men. That's how heavy this thing is. And it's just kind of sitting in there right now. But man, oh man, that kind of stuff, just being there, that's what that room is specifically going to be for. And I'm just looking forward to just hanging out in there and doing that kind of stuff. North and South Homestead. Got to run, make dinner. Very cool. Yes, get in touch with me. Let me know. We'll do what we can. Spy sanding and filing. There you go. Smoked some prime rib last night. Tacos. Those are good, man. Those are good. Yeah, maybe reduce that down a little bit more before I make the... I don't know. What I'll do. January 2nd of 2020. Wow, that's cool, man. Made my draw horse out of a 150-year-old barn beam. Oh, man. That is too cool. Yeah, I like that. MT Homestead, hey, man. Or, I don't know, if I should say man, should be Mike or Terry. A lot of times it's Terry. And Mike or Terry, your t-shirts are in the mail. See, there's people in here who have already started to receive t-shirts from Bar Run Forge because they ordered them. All right, Kelly. God bless you, man. Hope to see you over the weekend if you can make it up. I understand. Got a leather boot. Ship your delivery on Saturday. Very cool. Yeah, Dana, if you got a new phone number, let me know, man. I'd like to keep in contact with you. You've got mine. You should have mine. Yeah, Wayne, you were supposed to be resting today. That's exactly right, Wiley. I look at all you Smiths on YouTube University for inspiration. People like you, Troy, and Yamez, and Roy. Well, thank you so much, man. To even be mentioned with those guys, that's a really cool. That's a big honor. Mike says usual spot on the couch. I'm going to order those t-shirts. I like them. Awesome, Kenny. That's good to hear. We'll be glad to get them to you. Yeah, you know, you got to do what you got to do. It's really. And there's Rob. Oh, buddy. Rob and Wayne have had a week of it. I'm glad to hear they're both doing a little better, though. Been praying for you guys. And I mean that. Our church has been praying for you. I've been praying for you. Terry, tell Mike to get up and start making something else. The chicken coop is done. You can't rest. No time to rest. No time to rest. Yeah, it's 7 o'clock. It's time for Wayne Heights to mention. Oh, Wayne must not be feeling good at all. And I think we just got a visitor. I think we just got a visitor. And if I'm not mistaken, it may be Frank Strock. Wouldn't that be something to have Frank just roll right up in here? Or somebody, I don't know. Not sure who it is. Justin Ray's headed out. All right, buddy, we'll take care. God bless you. Stay in touch. Bacon. Yeah, Bacon. LG Homestead, good to see you. About 7 o'clock is about as long as we go before somebody mentions bacon. We got to mention bacon, though. Bacon makes it better. I've been pretty impressed. The shop here that we added insulation over the year. We had a good good 80-degree day all day long. The shop was cool all day, and I had it all closed up, and it was completely cool. He deserves a break. Come on. Yeah, get it Monday morning. Mike, get back at it. Matt, take care of that shoulder, man. You do not want that thing going south on you, for sure. My greenhouse is done. I got some flashing for the fascia metal, and to put gutters on, and that's it. But the greenhouse is done, and it's working great. Flux. I don't know. We can try it. See if it works. Let the summoning begin. Flux. All right, John. God bless you, man. Hope to see you soon. PM me your address. Okay, will do. Roll this out just a little bit more. Want that a little bit thinner, a little bit longer. I was right. There has been a Frank Strock sighting. Hi, Frank. Hello. Say hi to the fine people there. Right here. Step right up there. Hi there, fine people. And Yamez, too. Oh, Yamez is up there? Cool. How are you, man? All right. It's been a ride down here. Yeah, not too bad, though, I hope. Yeah. Get up at 68, and the GPS got you here. There. But it's like, how come I'm going north? And then, east, you're right. When the signs all say south. Yeah. Yeah. Greenhouse. Let's see here. Let's read some comments. It isn't. Great day. Throw you upside down in the land down there. Yeah. Kyle Levy, good to see you. Greenhouse is for eating, a grow house for smoking. Yeah, the good thing about our greenhouse is the greenhouse panels can be removed. So when it gets hot in the summer, I can just remove those, and it has screening all the way around to keep the varmints out. So it can still be warm and get sunlight, and it also has a shade structure inside. So it's got a shade cloth, so we can shade the plants if necessary. So I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. Yeah. Find the nearest straw pile or corner somewhere. He's trying to summon Roy because I'm not cool enough. That's not true. Eh? No. Yam Daddy, I love you, buddy. Well, Frank, make yourself at home. Sit down. Pick up a hammer, whatever you want to do, man. I don't know how to say it in Spanish, but mi casa es su casa. Whatever that means in shop talk, that's where I'm saying. He is at a funeral, or on his way back from a funeral.
Sorry to hear that.
Let's give that a brush. Yeah. Yeah, and I only gave it an initial test fire, so I didn't want to throw some blazing hot Coke in there. Yeah.
I realized you get all this fire brick.
Yeah. It's all contained right down in there, nice and
Down in there.
yeah.
You see, the club where I normally work out of, we get yelled at, and normally you can't even see the depth. I mean, it's literally
just covered.
A 50-pound bag, and it's on the deck.
It's gone.
You got several Smiths.
Yeah.
Working out of the same forge, everybody's always pushing that stuff up.
Oh yeah.
Off,
yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you got some horseshoe nails?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, I call them rapid transformation options. Because these are the number 16.
Okay.
Yeah, and when people that are when we do the public demonstration, they see these cute little hooks, and they go, "Gee, how'd you make that?" And then when I show them
what you started with.
Yeah, I says, "Believe it or not, it was one of these."
Yeah.
And they go, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
And I told them, "Well, it's like this. In medieval times, blacksmiths were considered to be magicians or wizards because we commanded the four elements:
Yeah.
earth, wind, fire, and water."
There you go.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm going to do one more heat. Why don't you get to it?
And little is the time it takes to do one of these.
I'm checking up on the chat here.
Oh, those are the dad pliers. Cool.
Yeah, you got to see the dad pliers. If anybody didn't see those, man, those are great. I'm just so pleased. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that. Something about Eli somewhere along the line. Out of the way. The porpoise. Tended on a porpoise. What? 16 makes good hooks, Adam says. BRB, doggies must go outside. Understand. All right, give Frank a mic. I would love to, but I'm not set up for that right now, and it would take some doing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do one more heat, and I'm going to let Frank throw some of those nails in there and go from there. All right. We'll set that aside. My friend, the forge is yours for the moment.
Alrighty.
Everybody say hi, Frank.
Yep. Alright, guys. What we got here is number 16 horseshoe now. Basically, it's for a Budweiser draft. What we're going to do, we're going to turn it into this cute little big one. So, I consider myself the master of these things because of the simple fact I've been with Rabba since 2000, off and on-ish. So, for the last 21 years, except for we didn't have our club didn't practice last year, and well, we haven't yet done anything yet this year. Although one member did put on a private thing at his for it. Basically, we have a thing called Pioneer School in Burton Century Village. And the school kids get to see.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the school kids get to see, all the different pioneer crafts. And one of the things, plastic. Usually about a day or two before our turn at Pioneer School, our finance club member calls us, "Hey, Frank, we don't have any nails. How many you need? Oh, put me out a couple hundred." So yeah, I have literally in the last 20-some years, I have made I practically do them in my sleep. In fact, sometimes they give me nightmares.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. They want to hear you.
Oh, they want to hear me.
So I'm just going to...
Okay.
Let me clip that right on your lapel there.
Alrighty. Okay. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can we hear me? Yeah, like I said, for the last 20-some years, I've had to make literally hundreds of these for Pioneer School at Burton Century Village, if you didn't hear me before. And basically what I have to do, it's really simple. In fact, let me stick a couple more of these in there, and you can see the whole process. Pesky little things, they don't want to come out of the box. Okay. So we're going to lay one right there. I'm sure you guys can see that. That's what we're going to start with. And then you're going to see the end process step at a time. So first one's almost ready. So we're going to stick another one in.
I'm going to try to get both audio and visual.
This is
up
something
here in
I've
just a
always
moment.
wanted to do, is my very own live stream. I didn't need to come down here and hog Troy's, but since he graciously handed the mic and the forge over, I don't feel so bad now. Okay, so we're going to get those puppies in there. All right. Custom made, I guess you would say this is a Swedish pattern hammer. It was made by a friend of mine who belongs to Rabba. His name is Mike Martin, so his touch mark is on the one side, and then his name of his forge is Poison Ivy Forge, and it's on the other side.
Hey Ed at Mule
Okay,
Kick.
that ought to be good. Alrighty, looks like our first nail is ready. Now if I can get it out of here. That's the problem with having a gas forge. Short tongs. Okay, first off, what I'm going to do, if I don't lose it, get a grip. Come on. Okay, first thing we do, flatten out the head. This gives me something else to hang on. And we flip it over, get it on the other side. Okay. And basically, if you can see that, that's the first part of it. Now we'll grab another one.
Eli is not going to trust me with this
And
anymore.
we'll do the same thing. We're going to flatten the head and straighten the kink out. Now what we're going to do, this goes back in the forge. Okay. Come on. Yeah, it's been about 3 years since I've made any of these things. So you have to excuse the clumsiness. Okay. That goes in there.
I got it, Adam. Thanks, buddy.
Figures. Haven't practiced these in public and having all kinds of problems with it. Okay. Now, when we get around to finishing this, we're not hot punching. Trust me. First off, okay. First off, I'm not very good at hot punching. Secondly, these cool off way too fast. Okay. Alrighty. Now, the thing of it is, a lot of people tell me I'm using way too big of a hammer to make these. Wait. Drop forged. Everybody take a drink.
Drop forged.
Oh, come on now. And of course it cooled off. Alright, stick that puppy back in there. Okay, we'll grab the one next to it then, since that one's ready. Oh. Okay, everybody take another drink. I'm just having the time of it here. Long road trip. Had to put up with a lot of rain, traffic accidents, construction zones. Okay, what we do next? We take and put about 1/4 of an inch over the anvil. Then we take, gently tap it down, like so, make it really cute. Like I said, this is where everybody thinks I'm using too big of a hammer. The idea behind using a big hammer like this is the simple fact that not so much the tool, it's the control behind the tool. Where you can take a big hammer and hammer a delicate little part like that and have it come out. Okay, now we're getting ready for the final part of it. Now, normally, when I make hundreds of these, I have a special little jig mounts in the vise that has a big pin and a little pin. And I just heat it up, stick it in there, and give it a quick, and it's done. But we're going to do this one, we're going to do over the horn of the anvil. So let's see, we got one that's not done, one that's hammered on one end, one that's got the curly cue. Okay, this one goes back in.
Hello, Garden State Gardener. Good to have you with us.
Goes back in. Now, if I don't drop it in the water buckets, you'd be surprised how many smiths at our club, when we drain the slack tug, it's like, dang, there's a whole season full of nails in here. And I realize this is a Christian channel, so if I accidentally flub up and I say something I shouldn't, I'm going to apologize in advance because, you know, just sometimes it just sneaks out. Usually when I do something and I'm around public, you'll hear me holler, oh, horse feathers. That's my universal swear word.
Yeah?
Yeah, when you hear me say that, it's like, uh-oh, something didn't go right for Frank, or Frank's having a bad day.
My mom's favorite was bean soup.
Yeah. Well, my mother had this thing about Salmon is Hill. Every time something went wrong, she'd go, oh, Sam's Hill. And I'm thinking, what does Sam? Okay, quick little dip. Okay, I see Troy has his anvil set up the way I like it.
Good to hear.
Turn to the right.
Yep. Yama says he's going to do those on his power hammer.
Well, I guarantee if you do on the power hammer, yeah, you'll flatten it out cold, no problem. Okay, and let me dip this in the water, cool it off. And then usually when I make hundreds of these, I finish them all to this point. Then I'll put the oven on warm at 170 degrees. I will fill a old beat up cookie sheet full of these puppies. And then I get out the paste wax, peel the lid off, and I just dip them one at a time and set them on, on some aluminum foil now let's see. Are these too hot? Notice I'm using gloves. Okay.
That one may be hot.
Yeah, it didn't take as long to look at that one. That one's a little fuzz warm. Let me. Okay, take another drink, guys. I just have the time of it here. Like I said, I haven't done any real smithing in a long time. Top it off. Tongs are warm. Okay.
I got to say, while you're doing all that, it's always interesting to walk into someone else's shop and just jump right in and start working. And you can,
well, like I said, I'm used to the club setup. In fact, I have probably one of the worst anvils in the world. I bought it back in 2005, just before they quit importing them. It's either 100 or 110 pound Russian Central Forge anvil. It's cast steel, not the blue junk that they sell, but this is actually cast steel. Because the day I went to look at anvils, I took a big ball bearing with me, about the size of a golf ball, and I bounced one on the cast steel, decent rebound. I dropped it on the blue one. It's like, is this thing a magnet or what? I mean, it just dunk, it just did not bounce. And I thought, okay, we're not. Boy, you are being persnickety here. Hopefully I don't wreck that. Okay.
If you want to, just tuck some of that in your pants pocket.
Yeah.
Gotta get that out of your way a little bit.
Yeah, let's.
While he's doing that, remind everybody to like, share, subscribe, and hit that reminder bell.
Okay.
And if you feel like donating to the channel, have at it.
Thanks to the courtesy of Troy, here's where we started. Number 16 horseshoe nail. That's the first thing. You got to get it out of the box. Here's step 2.
A little closer. There you go.
Okay. And then step 2, you heat that one end up. Heat the heck out of it. Then, step 3.
Miami.
Put the little curly Q on it. And like I said, normally I have a pair of pliers that I twist that on with, and then I have a jig. Like I said, if I've got to make hundreds of these things, I'm not doing them one at a time. I will go through an entire box. In fact, usually what I do is I take the whole box and all, chuck it in the gas forge, cardboard burns up, and then I just fish nails out one at a time and pound the head till I get them all done. Then I turn around, put the curly cues on, turn around, do that, and then here's the final result. And as little time as it took me to make that, there are times people will, because the thing of it is, when we're doing public demonstrations, they don't want to see you stand around waiting for the steel to heat up. They want to see you pounding something and pounding it now. So I wind up making these, and usually I wind up making these. S-hooks like crazy, because those are a popular seller. And then, of course, we have several events during the year where we have a Chinese auction, and we raffle off a hand-tied broom. Now, we don't tie the brooms ourselves. We have a deal going with the local historian at the village, basically a one-for-one thing. So for as many times as we, for as many handles as we give them, we get half of those back. And of course, the one thing a lot of our smiths go, "Where's all my detail?" I go, "Well, where did you put it?" Down at the end. Yeah, well, see, the thing of it is, we have to 5 inches up from where we make that wide flat with the 2 holes in it.
Yeah.
5 inches up from that is where our detail has to end, because when he ties the broom corn on, our detail winds up missing.
Disappears.
And usually what I do is I have I have a bending jig. I didn't bring it in with me. It's out in the car. But it's a piece of 2x2 square tube. Has 4 pieces of tube on the top, 2 pins for a bending fork. And then, of course, you can move the clip from side to side. And usually what I do, I leave it on the biggest one, and I'll hammer out a taper, check the fit, make sure so I don't have to adjust the clip at the last minute. And then I heat it up, bend it around so it almost looks like the letter P. Quickly flip the jig up, tighten it back in the vise, put it between the pins, and back bend it. And as I back bend it, basically it looks like the opening looks like a teardrop upside down. It's not a perfect, it's not a perfectly round eye. And then I also do more delicate ones out of, I think half by quarter or half by 5/16. I was in a hurry to leave the house to get down here so I wouldn't miss the live stream. And, I still wound up forgetting a few things. Yeah. Like the sleeping bag and phone, I had to get a charger for my phone so the GPS wouldn't die. Stuff like that. And of course, some of the ironwork I was going to bring down to show you as examples, they're still hanging on my workbench inside the house. Because what I do is I bend the 1/2-inch flat, I bend it the hard way. And as I bend it around, sometimes it kinks up. It looks like a blown over leaf, if you can visualize that in your mind. Because when I did that, I go, oh man, it kinked again. I had the hammer up, I'm ready to whack it like that, and they go, no, leave it like that. That looks good. Okay, I'll leave it like that, because a lot of the times when I bend half flat, the hard way, it kinks up like that, and I just hammer it flat. Yep. But that's some of what I do at Shade Tree Forge.
Awesome.
In fact, I gotta find somebody to make stickers because I got a design where it shows a shade tree and a blacksmith, working on an anvil underneath it. Like I said, I'm terrible at graphics, so I got to figure out how to get shade tree above the top of the tree and then forge underneath the tree. Yeah. And probably make this I'm assuming probably a 4-inch square sticker. So eventually it's gonna, and some of the, I looked at places like Sticker Giant and all that. I mean, they're not cheap, but when I downloaded their templates to the computer, it's like, how do I work this thing? So
the guy who we all rely on, Dana. Yeah. If you send him something, he'll do you up right. I mean, Dana's the guy.
Yeah, because like I said, I've got the tree and the blacksmith with the anvil. I just got to figure out how to write in shade tree across the top, and forge underneath, and then I'll have my sticker.
There you go. Bye, Terry. Yeah. Take care, hon. All right, very cool. So you were talking about, your process.
You're right.
Shade tree written in branches, forging the roots. Yeah, that would be good.
Real smithing as opposed to fake smithing.
You're
not a fake smith. Where's anvil? Have you seen Trini? Is that your anvil?
Yeah.
Adams. Yeah, I've seen your anvil.
He makes it happen, man.
Like I said, I've seen worse anvils. I mean, if you look you want to see some really crappy anvils, look up, like for example, Amazing KK Daily. Look what he works with. He works with a big round piece that it just battered all to heck. Yeah. He's got and then off to the side, he's got a metal plate with a rectangle slot in it. Yeah. Works out of a charcoal forge. Huh.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can do.
This guy literally turns out works of art. I think he's in Pakistan or someplace like that. Yeah. So it just proves what I've always said. You need a heat source, something to pound it on, and something to manipulate it with. Yep. That's all there is to it. Yep. Why is my phone going off? Do I have Oh. Well, normally if I was taking my son's fiance to work, that would be my, okay, got to stop what I'm doing, take her to work. But she's on vacation for 3 days, so I got to remember to turn that alarm off later.
Now, you were talking about process, how, like when you're doing something like that, you'll do all the processing of one thing, then do all, and that's one of the things that learned early on is, if you're doing tapers, do all the tapers. If you're doing curlicues, do all the curlicues.
I downloaded some pictures from rabbit.com onto my computer, and whoever shows up for the gathering, this weekend, I'll show them. You'll see I have a little storyboard on a chunk of wood that's tacked to one of the posts with, of all things, a horseshoe nail. But yeah, I have a little storyboard, and it's numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
Because when people ask, well, how did you make that cute little hook? I says, well, see this storyboard up here? Yeah. I says that's the 4-step process to make the horseshoe nail. Yeah. And if you got a couple minutes to stand around, I'll pound one out for you. And we sell those things like crazy for all day for $2 a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing that irks me about blacksmithing is, what some people charge for their work. I mean, everybody tells me I'm literally giving my stuff away. And of course, I'm not a professional. I'm a hobbyist. So yeah, I probably am not charging enough, because there's times when I make S hooks and whatever, because there's times when our finance director, he may be off, doing something while we're at one of these things, and I'm usually in charge of the table while he steps out for a moment. And there's times when people will come up and they want like 4 or 5 S hooks, and it's like, is $5 the price? I go, yeah, that's the price the club would like to get. And they'll say, can you do any better? And I look around real quick to see our finance director's like, okay, I'll tell you what, I'll let you have them for $4 a piece.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if you stick firm to your price, they'll put them back, they'll walk away, and at $5 a piece times 5 S hooks, well, there's $25 a piece. Yeah. But drop it down $1, now all of a sudden, we got 4 hooks that we don't have to wax and keep from rusting.
Right.
Customer's happy, and the club made $20.
There you go.
Kenny. And then I hurry up and run back over to the forge and whip out 5 just like what I sold and hang them back on the rack.
Like nothing ever happened.
Director's none the wiser.
Yeah.
So.
Kenny from Metal Man says, KK, amazing KK from Indonesia.
Yeah.
That's the one. I think that's the one you were talking about. Then there's another guy I'm trying to think of. Is it DF?
Yeah, there's also another one called Amazing Daily, I think it is, which is the same basic setup.
Yeah.
And then also there's Amazing KK Craft, which just recently popped up.
Okay. And the one guy, he sets, I think he's from the United States, but he sets while he forges, and his anvil is kind of like out on a balcony.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does some really cool work.
Oh, what gets me is the Indian smiths that work with the power hammer. You got that big 4-legged power hammer. It's got that big spring and those pulleys and belts running everywhere. And they're sitting either in a chair or they're sitting cross-legged, barefoot of all things.
Yeah.
And, guy from halfway across the shop pulls out a chunk iron.
Sling
Here
it
you
over
go.
There. Yeah.
And the guy, it hits the ground, slides up almost to his feet. He picks it up. A couple minutes later, there's a 5-pound sledgehammer that's pounded out. So.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was forging a little bit ago. Like one little piece of scale went down my sock as I was wearing shorts.
Oh.
And I think about those guys that are out there doing it barefoot all the time. And I think,
yeah. Well, I mean, the thing of it is, I drove down here.
GS Tongs, Glenn from GS Tongs.
Yeah, Glenn sits down.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I mean, I didn't even have time to put my sneakers on.
Yeah.
This is what I drove down in, and I'm, just after I got through, and of course I'm dropping these hot pieces, not thinking, and I realized, I'm glad that didn't hit my foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's Holler. Hey, Holler.
Yeah. So. Okay. So that's what's. That's what I've been up to.
So, anything else you want to do while you're sitting there in front of the forge and fighting an anvil?
Not really. I just came to hang out. I figured tomorrow's the day we're going to be doing all the forging.
Absolutely.
So, but I brought my box of I call these rapid transformation objects.
You got it.
Because of the simple fact that inside of a few minutes we went from this to this. You know.
The hot steel two-step. That's what they call it.
Yep.
All right. Well, if you want to switch back, I'll switch back with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me pick up my hammer, my glove. At least I remember my Kevlar gloves. Yeah, because like I said, I'm not used to working with gas forge,
Right.
and so these wolf jaws that I just recently got, they're more for.
Before you do anything, you got a hot one sitting right there.
Oh, I got a hot one.
So you finish off that last one.
Okay, I guess I got to finish this last one. Okay, no problem. And hammer. Alrighty. Yeah, I didn't realize how many pieces I was going to need to do the 4-step process. I just grabbed a handful and chucked them in there.
There you go.
Alrighty. Alrighty, there we go. That's it for an anvil stuff. Okay. Back in we go. Yeah, now you get to see me make one in real time, provided I don't drop forge the heck out of it. Because as much as I've been drop forging tonight, you guys have probably had a 6-pack by now. Okay. Tip's hot, that's all we need.
It's Roy. Hi, little brother.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, the way I outlined, the way I do multiples of these.
Yes, that sounds good, Roy.
It takes like 2 or 3 minutes to make one of these times 100.
Yeah.
You know, you start adding it up, it's like, it's going to take me all day to make 200 of these. So that's why we just hurry up and do them assembly line style. And for those of you that I probably never mentioned, first off, I haven't had an actual blacksmith shop of my own since 2004. That's because my dad sold the house out from under me because my sister wanted to buy a new house, so we needed to sell the house so she could get her down payment. So basically from 2004 up through 2018, the Rabbit Home Shop has been my place. If I live in an apartment, I've got a 10 by 20 shed, but they frown on manufacturing. That's what they consider blacksmithing. It's you're manufacturing something out of your apartment. That's against the lease. So yeah, and I've mentioned this, several times on the internet about. And they go, "You're a blacksmith, but you don't have a shop." And I explain, "Hey, I work out at the blacksmith club.
Yeah.
And well, since they're shut down right now, and what gets me is some places are actually open, like Southern Ohio Forge and Anvil. They're having monthly meetings. In fact, I think they got one going on this weekend.
Oh, is there a meeting this weekend?
That one come out and walk. We're going to borrow the...
the dad pliers.
We're
Yeah.
going to put the dad pliers to use.
Roy just came in, by the way.
Hi, Roy. How you doing, buddy? Finally getting some smithing done. By the way, that was a pretty neat video on upsetting square corners.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that was an interesting take on it.
That was an interesting concept, how he did that.
Yeah.
But then again, and of course, Roy was our featured conference demonstrator in 2018. If you guys want to see him in action making a pair of swedge blocks, go to my channel, Frank Strock on YouTube, and hunt for the RABA 2018 conference videos. Or I think they're titled as RABA conference videos. It could be Roy Adams at RABA. Anyways, you'll see him and our club members where we're making switch block. I was doing all the they handed me the video camera and said, "Here, Frank, you video it." Okay, so, and of course, at that time, I didn't know the first thing about editing. So, wherever one clip stopped on the camera and the next clip stopped. So yeah, that's why there's several uploads spread across my channel. And of course, that was an all-day event. And then at the very end there, he was getting ready to make a anvil stake to fit in the anvil. And of course, I had a family emergency, so I couldn't stick around for that. But he used our, I believe it's a 100-ton H-frame screw press.
Oh wow!
Or fly press for that.
Yeah.
When working with that, you want to draw something heavy and somebody's hogging the power hammer or the treadle hammer's not handy. Yeah, put that big old flat steel block under there, raise that up, get the metal hot, walk over, and just squish, 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 and it's drawn out.
Drawn out, yeah. Hey, I had a couple questions. People have asked a couple questions.
Okay.
How do you like the setup, the anvils, the new anvil stand, and all that kind of stuff? How do you liked it?
Usually when I'm working at the club, I set up my anvil more into the right, because I find that if it's this way, I can't work under.
Yeah.
If it's over to the right like this, I can put it on there and I can follow it all the way around up under. So yeah, I like this. The forge, I usually work, since we have a forge similar to this under the lean-to out there at Rabba, I prefer to work where the fire's on my left. I reach over when I'm ready to hit. Reach over, grab the material with the tongs, and bang, right to the anvil. And another neat thing is, if you have to cut something off and then dress it, you just step to the right, and you don't have to remove the hardy. However, if it's turned around the other way, after you cut it, you gotta move over this way. And my personal preference is I like the anvil down. I can go right to the power hammer. It's right there. So the way our club's set up, so the only thing that Troy has different about his setup is his power hammer's over there. But I can work around it, because there's times I've needed to use the power hammer at the club. And you see how smiths on the internet, they'll grab a piece of steel, literally at welding heat. They will walk halfway across the shop, flip on the power hammer, and work it there. And it's like, I'm thinking, why is the fire so far away?
Yeah.
That puzzles me sometimes.
Sure. Yeah, as we're setting it up and learning so much, we're really trying to make, like the gas forge is going to go right behind you, the ribbon burner. Mm-hmm. So, step and a half to the anvil. If we're going to move some of this stuff over, come from the forge to another piece of equipment.
Can they see me over by the vise?
Huh? Yeah, they can see you by the vise.
Okay, 'cause normally at Rabba, there's times when I get stuck working on this side. And so I still, anvil horn to the right, just like Eli has his. I make sure I pick up my hammer, have it here, grab the material out of the fire, and bang, right there.
Yeah.
So I'm used to working either side of the fire. I'm pretty adaptable. I'm basically ambidextrous. The only thing I don't do is I don't hold it, because one time someone told me that I should hold the material in my right hand, because this is the one we manipulate everything with, and I should be striking my left hand. I tried that once.
Yeah, not so much.
You heard the old saying, you throw like a girl? Yeah, I hit like a girl. I mean, 2-3 swats and it's like the arm is ready to fall off. That's it. So I always hold it in the left, hammer with the right.
Yeah, I'm with you, Adam. And hi, Brute Lemon. Good to have you in here. I understand the half steps are kind of those kind of weird things. Doug Thomas is in here, so good to see you. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm reading comments.
Yes.
Hey. Alrighty. Cool.
So there you go. All right, you ready to switch?
Yeah, I'm ready. All right. Yeah, I hear you, Roy, about wearing out strikers. I thought for a moment there I was going to have to set the camera on auto and go over there and help those guys. Yeah, we did wear out one of the sledgehammers, too. If I remember right. You were
Sorry for the racket, guys.
You were striking on the big 25-pound sledgehammer there, and a big chunk chipped off. So,
Yeah, I heard about that.
yeah. And I thought, that's the same sledgehammer we used a couple of weeks ago. And nothing worse. You guys can't see me. Nothing worse than your hammer like. That's why I always have like a couple of hammers at the ready. Nothing worse than you're in the middle of working on something. Your hammer breaks, so the head falls off and drops to the ground. It's like, reach over, pick up the hammer, keep going. Okay, I'm going to sit down and keep the chair warm, and we'll let Troy finish all the goodies.
Yeah. You can be Eli for a little bit.
Okay. All righty.
Are we back? All right.
Yep, you're back.
Well, I want to thank Frank for walking in and just jumping right in and doing that.
Yeah,
it's always good to kind of hear from different people and
well,
and everything.
I wasn't sure where your blacksmith shop was. I've seen. First off, it's like, do I even have the right place? And then when I saw the grow house, it's like, okay, I'm in the right place. Follow the yellow brick road around.
There you go.
And it's like, well, let's see. That looks like an equipment shed. There's a camper in there. That can't be it. Must be the last building on the end.
That's it.
That's it. So
that's it.
Here I am.
Who's in the shop with me? That is Frank Strock. Frank is sitting in Eli's chair.
Yeah, I'm sitting in Eli's chair. Eli's not here. I understand he's at a funeral. That's a sad thing.
Frank is another Buckeye, or as we call him, worthless nut.
Worthless nut. That's right. Yeah, I come all the way from Mentor, Ohio, which is up near Lake Erie. That's why on the I know I took my sweatshirt off somewhere. Yeah, on the Rabble logo.
Okay. Is that better? Bye, Roy. Take care, buddy. Yes, be in contact with me very soon.
All right. Oh, there's my name tag.
William Hughes asked a question earlier. I think he said, what's the oddest thing, maybe, that you forged? And then he said, what's your worst injury, gray-haired man? I'm guessing, I'm sorry, but I'm guessing he's talking to you, Frank.
Oh, me. Well, the worst injury, luckily I had a pair of Carhartt overalls on underneath. I don't know how well you guys are going to see this sitting from Eli's chair. But there's a big hole right here. That was from working on a piece of 1/4 inch. I was at was it in Bristol? No, Bloomfield. Yeah, Bloomfield, Ohio. Me and Bob Temple, we were demonstrating for Heritage Days. And I was working on some stock, and it had one heck of a bow in it. I didn't realize how far the heat had migrated down because I was wearing a Kevlar glove. So I leaned against it. All of a sudden I smell, why do I smell burning cotton? I look down and, oh heck, my shirt. And then I'm thinking, oh God, I'm waiting for the pain. Come on, where's the pain? Then I lifted up the sweatshirt and realized the Carhartt had a nice black scorch mark.
Oh my.
Yeah, so right where my stomach is, right here, yeah, I would probably have a horrendous scar about 4 or 5 inches long. Had the burn gone through, the burn went through my sweatshirt, had the burn gone through the Carhartts, and I had to smell the singeing cotton, it would have, that would have been my worst burn. Normally, burns I get are in the black heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. like where I dropped that one hook. I didn't think it was that one hook with the curlicue part on it was that warm, but it didn't take me long to look at it. Well, yeah, usually most of my burns come. Granddad thought I was a Pittsburgh guy. No, actually, I'm a Ohio State Buckeyes fan.
There you go.
Not a fan of the Cleveland Browns at all. I'm sorry. Even though last season was their best season in a long time, I'm still not a fan. My son is a fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers, but yeah, all of our, they've changed colors since then, but used to be standard issue T-shirt or sweatshirt was always black with the gold lettering, and this one doesn't have the star on it. Okay. Yeah, to give you an idea where we work out of, if you look at my badge here, at the top where the top of Ohio is, you see where that star is? Yeah, that signifies we're out of Northeast Ohio. Yeah,
all right, William, we'll see you later, buddy.
Yeah, we're actually in what they call the western, we're Geauga County and the surrounding areas. That was originally known after the Revolutionary War as the Western Reserve Firelands. So that's how our club got the name, and of course, my forge got the name Shade Tree Forge because of the simple fact that until our club expanded the lean-to, so that we had another forge and post vise and all that stuff, so we had more covered roof. A lot of times I would be, I'd set up one of the portable forges near the shop, and I'd be outdoors. And when I had my shop, at my dad's house, my dad was always worried about, you're going to burn the house down, kid. So I'd pull all the stuff out into the driveway. So most of my experience at forging, I've got to drag all the tools out. And the one thing about when we do these 2 or 3 day public demonstrations, we have all the tools, all the toys, all the anvils out. And then come 5 o'clock Sunday is that depressing feeling you get when, oh man, now we got to pick all the toys up and put them away till next month. Yeah, that's the only bummer I have about blacksmithing. I mean, when you got your own shop, simple matter of turn the forge off, turn the lights off, make sure there's no fire fleas to burn down the shop or whatever, and you can go in and sit down and eat dinner, watch TV, whatever. No, when you forge like I do, you got to drag it all out, and then you're forging and it's like, oh, forgot a tool.
Yeah.
Back to the shed, grab a tool, bring it out. But like I said, since where I live now, they frown on it because number one, it's noisy. I just for something to do, I bought a small 1-brick forge which has a single torch nozzle go into it. And one day I fired it up, put a nail in, started pounding on it, and of course I don't have my regular anvil at home. I have what I call the beater block. I picked it up 3 years ago at SOFA. It's a 40-pound block of D2. Just a big old cube of D2, and I was pounding on that, and I mean, they heard that all the way up by Menor Avenue. And I wasn't really pounding that hard, just that the noise was reverberating out the front of the shop, like a big old speaker, and needless to say, they kind of asked me to don't do that again. So, until Burton Century Village opens up, or some blacksmith like Troy invites me to his shop, and then last November, Stephen Pop, one of our club members, he invited the club, anybody that felt comfortable coming out, in the middle of all the coronavirus stuff. He said, you feel comfortable coming out? Come on out. So I thought, the heck with it. I've made it this far through the virus, Of course, I have a simple philosophy on life. It's either illegal, immoral, fattening, causes cancer. I'm going to die from something. What do I want to do? Live forever? So yeah, I wear the mask, and you know, if they ask me to put it on, I mean, this weekend Troy asked me to put it on, I'll grab it out of the car and I'll put it on. Or if one of the you know, or whoever shows up for the gathering, they don't feel comfortable with me not having a mask on, no problem, I'll put it on.
Yeah.
Irritating as all get out. I can understand why my son does not want to go back to work. I mean, he's been out of work because ever since the virus started, and I don't blame him. I wouldn't work 8 hours a day wearing that piece of cloth over my face.
By the way, there's Chris Eagle just came in. Chris is going to be here this weekend from Eagle Ridge. Chris and his buddy are coming all the way from near Charlotte, North Carolina, almost in that area.
Okay, yeah, I have some relatives that live. My sister lives in the Outer Banks, and my cousin lives in. Oh, I can't think of the name of it now. But if the wind's blowing out of the east, it's supposed to real hard, and it'll land in Tennessee. I can't think of the name. Can't think of the name of the town where he lives in. But yeah, I got a sister at one end of the state and a cousin at the other end. And then I got a cousin that lives up in New Jersey. He doesn't do any smithing. I don't think my cousin does any smithing. My sister, she 4 years ago, she had a real bad case of sepsis, and we almost lost her. So she's still recovering from that. I mean, that took a lot out of her. And of course, at the same time she's recovering with that, I lost my ex-wife. But needless to say, her sister stuck me with the, well, she was your wife. Take care of the mess. It's like, oh, great. So I had to make all the arrangements. Arrange the financing for the funeral, stuff like that. So I see how much her sister really cared about her. When she was alive, she'd run around with her sister all over the place. And then once she passed on, it's like, okay, it's your problem now, Frank. I hate when relatives do that. Anyways, enough about me.
I think what I'm going to do, that end of that spike is going to be just thin enough and wide enough to make just a little egg spatula. I think it's going to be all right. This little set right here is literally just for the skillet, so I think I'm going to try to just finish it that way.
Spatula. Are we talking quail eggs?
Yeah. Maybe. Being critical of me now.
Yeah. Oh, just kidding. All right. Okay. All right. See you later, Adam.
Adam heading out?
Yep, Adam's heading out.
Wait, before you go, something I haven't done all evening. I knew you were here because Eli wasn't here. Ozzy, Ozzy, Ozzy.
I'm assuming that has something to do with Australians.
Yeah, he'll respond. If he hadn't left already, he'll respond.
Let's see. Okay, it looks like Eagle Ridge is getting ready to head on out of here. And it looks like Thomas Matthews is getting ready to go.
All right, we're getting ready to go.
Yeah.
All I'm going to do is straighten this up, heat it up a little bit, put the twist in it, and do a little clean up, straighten up, whatever. But that's basically done. But we were just...
Wayne Heights said bacon!
Bacon.
Yes, bacon.
Yep. Got to get bacon in there.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Chris, we'll see you tomorrow, buddy.
Yeah, and then Daniel Kagaris, I think I pronounced that right, currently in Ohio, like 45 minutes from Troy. Funny enough.
Who is? Daniel?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to come here this weekend, man. Just take some time and come here. You got the address. Come hang out with us.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take one more heat, and then we're going to call it a night.
All right.
Yes, Xenia. That's all right. Come if you're 45 minutes away, just take a little time. Just come down for a dinner or just say hi over the weekend, anytime.
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon, Saturday sometime, whatever.
Okay.
Going to be some good food. I mean, there is that.
Yeah. Yeah, the food. Yeah, the good food is a bonus. I came down here for the smithing, and anything other than that, I consider a bonus.
That's right.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see everything from this side of the camera, because usually when I'm watching the live stream, we see Troy, pounding away on metal on Hazel over there.
Yep.
Eli sitting in the chair that I'm occupying now. And you don't see all the things like power hammer sitting right next to me.
All the different perspective on things, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a really nice layout here.
Thank you.
I could get quite comfy with this.
All right, y'all. I'm going to pull this off of here. You guys know what that means. That's pretty much the end of our evening together. Yeah. It is now 8:02. Yep. Man, oh man. Kyle Jones. Sorry I missed you guys tonight. It's all right. As I said, buddy, your shirt's on the way. And, man, I wish I could come up here and join you sometime this summer. That would be amazing. One of my favorite places on earth. North Woods of Maine. So anyway, God bless you guys. Thank you so much. Everybody say bye to Frank. Thanks so much for joining in. Again,
bye, guys.
We'll probably have another kind of impromptu live sometime over the weekend when everybody gets here. We'll either do it on Instagram or right here on YouTube.
Okay.
Just so you can say hi.
Catch you later, Robert.
So, God bless you guys. Thank you so much for joining in. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Go to the website. Order those T-shirts. Get you some Bar Run Forge merch. And share the stream. Make sure you let people know. And as always, God bless you guys. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Yeah, stay safe. Do something in your shop. Don't forget your safety glasses.
That's right. There you go.
All righty. Good night, people.